Hello, welcome to the daily political tarot readings here on the Black and Orange channel. I am known as Autumn around here on the Black and Orange channel, tarot and astrology, specifically political tarot. Hello, everybody. I hope you're well. Let's see. Yeah, I'm here to take 12 political questions from you every day at 12 noon Central Time, Chicago time in the U.S. And I've got my notebook here, and anybody who is remotely technically minded, do hang out until the end. I have got a new camera that I'm having trouble with, and I can't figure out how to fix it. I've tried messing with the settings. It just completely, I mean, I know I'm pale, but it just completely, everything back here looks great. This looks terrible. And I turned on the brightness, and it makes everything a weird color, and it's just driving me crazy. So anyway, but I'm using my regular camera here, and if anybody at the end could help, I'd be so grateful. But if I just have to keep looking online, keep reading things, like, which is what I've been doing, trying to watch videos, I'll just keep doing that. But anyway, but I'm here to answer your political question. That's why we're here. All right, so I have your old notebook. I have my cards. Hello, Boo Boo. That was a little sneeze. There's Boo Boo. There's my co-host, Boo Boo Zen Kitty. He is my little positive energy generator. Thank you, Christine. I appreciate that. Thank you, Wrestling Reads. You guys are so kind. I really appreciate it. So anyway, I don't know. Compared to what I've been looking at for the last hour or more, the camera seems so dark. I actually have features. Anyway, I look fine. Thank you. Grandma, does your camera have a spot exposure setting? Not that I can find. Oh, the square peg! It's your birthday. Happy birthday! Happy birthday, square peg. Andrew, beautiful. Oh, you guys are so kind. Thank you. Oh my goodness. You know how I normally write things down? I ran out of prepared space. I'm here every day. So today is 02. I'll have to go back in and put this in. All right, it's Monday. And I wonder, where do I... At some point, I'll get past the point where the kitty chewed all the paper. Okay, let's sort of around there. Sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 questions. All right. I'm going to scroll up. I'm going to look for anything in all caps. If you are new here, hello. You can come by. You're welcome to come by at 12 o'clock Central Time in the U.S. every day. Just put your question in the chat in all caps. And anything that's not in all caps, I'll assume you guys are talking to each other, which is great. Really supportive of each other and helpful. It's wonderful. And thank you for being so nice to each other. We also have epic troll slayers. You guys really keep us safe. So thank you. YouTube will just cut things off, suddenly dump me down into the comments at random. So if I miss your question, try putting it again with a YT right in the front of it, so I'll know YouTube cut it off earlier. But also, I can't answer every question. There are some questions are maybe too dark for me, or I get this empty room feeling, like there's nothing for me there today. But that doesn't mean that I can't look at it in the future, and it's never anything personal. If I don't acknowledge you or I don't answer your question, it's never anything personal. I promise. I would feel terrible if I'd hurt your feelings. Okay? So, Susan, Autumn, how much snow are you supposed? Susan's asking how much snow are we supposed to get? Quite a bit. I'm not really sure. My father is very excited. He has this brand new snowblower. It's like Do you need some snow moved? Who needs snow moved? Um, who needs snow moved? And it's because it's electric. It's an electric snowblower, and it's quiet, but it's dangerously cold outside. But he's just like, "Who needs snow moved?" It's really sweet. Also, for Valentine's Day, while I don't have I actually have some bad memories associated with tulips. My oldest sister doesn't know that, and you know what? I have something good to think about, to associate them with. My oldest sister got me some tulips for Valentine's Day and a cute little card. Are they pretty? And yeah, nothing. Tulips are like nothing else. They suck up water like, whew, nothing sucks up water like tulips. So anyway, which is good because the ground in Holland is very sandy. But anyway, yeah. Anyway, they're very pretty. I thought I'd share. So I have something positive to associate with tulips. So anyway, I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna look for anything in all caps. And again, if it's never anything personal, or the other thing is if someone just like gives me a name or just a random something about somebody, unless I already know something that's going on in the news, I need something more specific than just read on person. Okay. Let me see what I can get going here. All right, this started. Oh, it's terrible in Memphis and getting worse. Rhonda, I hope you're safe. I hope everybody's safe. All right. While I'm doing this and I'm looking, actually, I need to put a little. It's very dry. I need to put a little moisturizer on my hands. Okay. Good morning. It says Pammy and the kitties. Yeah. Sir Alfred of Pumpkin was here a little while ago. I have two kitties. People were asking. I have two kitties. I have Sir Alfred of Pumpkin, and I have Bailey Boo Boo's and Kitty. That's Bailey Boo Boo's and Kitty. So you'll hear me calling him Boo Boo, or Bailey, or Precious, or Adorable, or the Good Boy. I call them both the Good Boy. Good Boy. And then there's Sir Alfred of Pumpkin, who is Alfie, Pumpkin, Cutie, you with the beautiful eyes. He does. He has beautiful eyes. Anyway, I'm looking for questions. Okay, let's see. Hello, Electra. You guys are so sweet. All right. Polly Wanda, will Garland's journey to become AG be smooth? They're going to try to get in his way a little bit. I've been reading on this. They're like, okay, do we have any wrenches? Do we have any wrenches we can throw in the works? Where does anybody have any wrench? Do you have any wrenches? And but there's only so much they can do, and he's going to get in. And oh goodness, he's going to get to work, and going to be very good. It is going to be a little bit slow, only because number one, he's going to delegate like he should, and number two, he is so steeped in law that whatever he finally comes up with when he charges somebody, airtight. He's not going to be a showboat. He's not going to be, look at me, let me give all these interviews. No. Mm-mm. Oh, nay. You're going to like him. I like him. I listened to him during one of the hearings that they were one of Trump's hearings, and he was one of the judges on the appellate court. It was amazing, and just what he was asking, how he was doing it, it sounded he was moving from these documents to these documents to check this and that. There were judges who were like, "No, I don't have any questions," and he was like, this here, and how would that relate to? And he was so good. He just blew all the other judges out of the water. It was like, Okay, now I understand why you belong on the Supreme Court. So, anyway, he's going to be good. He's going to be good. All right, I hope that helps. Barbara Cole, love the persimmon color. Thank you. It's one of my very favorites. I think of it as a color of creativity, and it's fun, and it's. But when I lived in West Virginia, one of the times I lived in West Virginia growing up, we moved a lot. There were actually persimmon trees, wild persimmon trees behind our house. My dad was so excited. He actually went out there and he laid a sheet out to catch when the persimmons were ripe and when they would fall. So anytime you say persimmon, I think of my dad. So anyway. Okay. Now we're here to do. Now I'm here to do what I'm here to do, which is let's do the readings on really horrible human beings. Paula, hey Paula, the Trump's going to make a coordinated family comeback, starting with Lara. Oh, Trump family come back. You know, that whole pesky insurrection thing. Come back, starting with Lara. Now, the thing is, though, like I've said, we got Trump out of power. Yes. Thank you for voting. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for voting. But we're not done with them. They're out of power. Yay. But we're not done with them. We're still going to have to deal with them. We're still going to have to hear about them. We're still going to have to read on them. We're still going to have to, they're not gone yet. Okay. Why do I keep pulling on my sleeves? I don't know. It's a new shirt. I'm still getting used to it. Anyway. Okay. So we'll look at that. All right. Thank you, Paula. Carolyn. Oh, thank you so much. You're so kind. Al, hey, what is it with Lindsay saying they may impeach Kamala Harris if the GOP gets control of the Senate? Jeff, pay attention to this, pay attention to that. Will Republicans try to impeach Kamala Harris? Because it doesn't matter if they've got control of the Senate. Impeachment starts in the House. But let's have a look. Who knows? She might be vice president for 4 years and then president for 8. We don't know. So let's have a look. Okay. Ellen, hey, will the deep Russia connection and influence in the Senate be uncovered, revealed, and prosecuted? Deep Russian connection in Senate. Uncovered. Let's just do uncovered and prosecuted. Okay. Uncovered and prosecuted. Okay. Got it. That's number 3 for today. Thank you, Ellen. Oh, bad kitty ate your homework. Yeah. But that's okay. He's worth it. Nancy, hi, Autumn. Hugs and kisses from Puerto Rico. Hello. Bet it's warmer there. Tinker Mouse, Silas Kitty says hello. Hello, Silas Kitty. Hello, Kitty. Jess, hey, Autumn. Oh, thank you so much. Yes, it was fun. I was on with Sheila, Celtic Tarot, Sheila, Whimsy, and Nina on Friday. It was a lot of fun. They were very kind. Okay. Erin Stone, hope you're feeling good. Yes, thank you. Okay, Wrestling reads, hey, Autumn, how will Trump judges affect his court cases? Great question. They're all great questions, but that's a good one. How will The Trumpster fires judges affect his court cases. Which one? I'll have a look. Okay. J-Lo, will Pence testify at Trump's court hearings in the near future? Will Pensy Wency testify at Trump's court hearings? Specifically in the near future, but we'll see. Okay, that will be number 5. All right, got plenty of spaces here for anything in all caps. All right, I've got that there. Hey, Dave, GM Dave, will refusing to confront their base, will the Republicans make themselves irrelevant eventually? They're going to get their act together eventually, but this is going to sink them for now. And it will continue to sink them for now until they say, enough. That's what I've been getting for ages now. So I don't know that I have much to contribute because I've read on it quite a bit. Basically, it's when they move back to their idea of conservatism, wait, hang on, in things that everybody can agree on. Or no, the majority of people can agree on. Things like, hey, let's pump the brakes on genetic testing or rather genetic manipulation in humans and AI and a lot of technological stuff is what I've been picking up. That's when they finally, it's like, I'm all for progress, but you have a point with that one. It's when it's when they start saying a couple of things that you're like, even if I don't agree with that, I don't hate it. Are they learning? Are they growing up? Really? Did I just generally agree with something? That's what we're waiting for. But they have to get past all the Trump stuff. They have to say enough with the racism. That's not going to... Trump was the poison pill, and it was stuck in their throat for 4 years. Now they've swallowed it. So now it's got to go through their system. So that's what I've been getting. Thanks, Dave. Okay. Rhonda, how does John Lewis feel about the rioters disrespecting his memorial? Let's have a look at that. I would be honored to read on anything about John Lewis. Do I feel about rioters? Disrespecting his memorial. I can't remember. Did he die of something stomach related? Was it pancreas? Something that would make him feel nauseous? I can't remember. Okay, I'll be happy to do that, Rhonda. Bless, poor man. Acentua, is Steve Bannon and Q? No. But let's see if there's a link, if there are any links. Q is not the original person who was posting. It was co-opted by some other people, is what I've been getting. But it's not Steve Bannon. He wishes. He would love to be that relevant and powerful. And he wouldn't be quiet about it. There's no way. He's the one who ran his mouth to All the president's men. Bernstein. The other guy. He wrote the book. Rage or Fear, or I forget. Anyway, the details are obviously eluding me. But let's have a look. Are there any? Does he know who it is? Does it? Let's just see if there's any link between Steve Bannon and Q. All right, that'll be number 7 today. Thank you, Acentua. Oh, Connie's just listening. Hello, hello. Sherry, can he get to Louisiana? Whom are you speaking of? Steve, will we ever see Fox commenters choke on their words and say how wrong they were? Depends who it is. I think we already know that. It depends who it is. Some of them, they'll never. No. No. It's the people on MSNBC who will say I was wrong. If they're wrong, they're like, I mean, heck, Rachel Maddow, she'll explain a whole thing and then go to the expert on it or the person who wrote the original article and be like, did I get that wrong? Please tell me if I've got this wrong. Did I miss something? Do I have this the wrong way? She's saying, am I wrong? Because it being right is more important than her ego. There's not much of that going on over on Fox. I really feel like it feels very much like if I read on it, all it's going to tell me is maybe like in their memoirs later, when it does, like Mitch McConnell. Oh, acquit based on a technicality I created, which isn't actually accurate anyway. But then I'm going to rail against him. Yeah, once he's not making you money, once he's not in power, once it's not going to hurt you, oh, I was so wrong. I was wrong. Oh, please. Oh, please. That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting, Steve. Okay. Patsy, thank you. You guys are so sweet. Oh, why is my stomach growling? I had breakfast. Okay. Dorothy, when will the Democratic fossils like Feinstein leave? Yeah, I don't think she's going to be... I think she's going to be retiring pretty soon. Excuse me, but number 8, we can look at Feinstein. Feinstein leaving. Okay, that will be number 8. Did I get dumped down and I didn't know it? Because I've only got 8 questions and oh no, now it's saying they're new comments. Yeah, Aronson, get someone on Mitch's fainting couch. I like that. Oh, okay. So it did dump me out and I didn't see it. All right. Bellissima. Will the recordings of Trump's calls with Putin be revealed? I like that question. I like them all, but I like that one. Will recordings of Trump and Putin be revealed? Has Biden heard them? Okay. Got that down. All right, that will be number 9. Oh, anything else in all caps? Oh, pancreatic cancer. Thank you, Marion. So sad. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you, William. Holly, did Bill Barr resign because he knew about Trump and the riots weeks before it was going to happen? Okay, did William Renfield Barr resign, excuse me, because he knew about riots weeks before. All right, that'll be number 10. I've got it, Holly. Thank you. Okay, and I've got that. Wolf. Thank you, Asantua. Wolf. It was in Wolf's book where he was running his mouth. Woodward? Wolf? One of them. Yeah, Bannon was running his mouth, and that's when he got kicked out of the White House. Bob Woodward. Erica, Autumn, at first I thought you said is Steve Bannon cute. No. He looks like he smells bad. He doesn't take care of himself. And he's just vile. But I understand you thought that was funny because, oh. History underfoot. Will Buttigieg be successful in updating transportation? Okay. I use a speech to text when I'm putting in the timestamping in the description box, and then I copy it into the first comment that I pin. I'm very blessed that I have a good speech to text app on my computer, but it doesn't know what to do with Buttigieg. I keep trying to train it, and it's just like, Buttigieg successfully update U.S. transportation. Okay. All right, I've got that. It's number 11. So I've got space for one more. CO is saying there's an expat that lives in the Philippines that may run Q. It's super weird. Interesting. Thank you. Bob Woodward. Thank you, Mims. Okay, anything? And I've got that one. I need one more. Okay, we're back down to Mitchie's fainting couch. And oh gosh. Oh, Sherry, Autumn, you were talking about your dad, his new snowblower. I was saying he can get to Louisiana. Yeah. I was sending my best friend's in Louisiana, and she was sending me photographs this morning. It's like, actually, I was talking to my dad this morning, and he was like, really? Tell her to stay inside. She may not know what to do in these kinds of situations. Anyway, Aaron's son saying that there was an earlier question, will workers' unions make a comeback? But above that, I've got Andrew Cuomo. Let me see if I can look at, maybe I've got time for both. I'm going to do a baker's dozen if I've got time here. Okay, Andrew Cuomo. Impeached. Yeah, absolutely. As far as I'm aware, absolutely nobody was saying that he would go on to become president. Nobody. None of the readers, as far as I'm aware. Workers' unions. All right. Unions make a comeback. Under Biden. Okay. Oh, I said under Biden, and my brain was like, "Did you just say Hunter Biden?" Because it was like, oh, you know, you even say Hunter Biden, and it's just like push. It's like pushing Republicans' buttons. Hunter Biden. Hunter Biden. All right. All right. So, Kevin, you should see what my talk to text does with my Southern accent. Yeah. All right. So, anyway, I've got your questions. I just need my cards. Oh, geez, that was loud. I wonder if I should use my new mystical tarot deck. Nah, I'll just use this for now. I'll just use good old faithful. All right. Just having a quick look. What you're saying as I'm shuffling. We're starting with the Trump family. Oh, joy. But that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. Jane saying Meghan McCain's getting bashed for her thoughtless tweet this morning. Thoughtless tweet? Really? She's always so thoughtful and reasonable. Okay, yeah. All right, let's see here. Let's just go into the heart of darkness. I'm wearing bright color. You'll be able to find me in this darkness we're going into. What do you think, kitten? Oh, boo boo. Bailey boo. Hey. Hey. Hello. Hello, good boy. Hello, good boy. Hello, good boy. He's a sweetie. Yes, he is. He's a sweetie. Good boy. You can't decide which way he wants to lie down on his comfy blankets, plural. Anyway, all right. Hard Candy, maybe if we have time, you could show the new deck. I bet it's cool. Oh, yeah. And you can see my my drawing. Because of course I had half a dozen cards I needed to draw on because I don't want to be demonetized. Anyway, with the Trump family, will there be is there going to be a Trump family comeback starting with Lara? BC Mom picked up a deck of Golden Universal Tarot, spent some time last night putting clothes on people. Sharpies are great, aren't they? I got colored Sharpies now. These just have the black, but I have colored Sharpies now. So if I get another deck like this, I can use color. Trump family comeback. Do I want to read on this? No. Am I going to read on this? Yes. That's what I'm here for. Trump family comeback. Oh, don't call it a comeback. That's the energy I just got. I just got energetically, I just got a big old oh nay nay. Holly, coloring is very relaxing. It is. Last night I was coloring in a different deck while I was listening to Becca with House of Lenormand, Jenlyn and Jenlyn Tarot and Johnny from Tarot's Apprentice. They have a Sunday night show. I was drawing one of my decks, so I was listening to them. Oh, the fortunate ones. Their lives, they're so smart because they have money. They are upper crust. Therefore, the fortunate ones believe that they should be in power. Hurl. Yeah. Here's the thing. Oh, Trump family. Here's the thing. Um, this card, this used to be one of the nicest cards in the deck until you came along. Literally, I rarely got anything negative about this card until the Trump family. And now this is my card for white supremacy. Ugh. That's my card for law enforcement. Can be military. Queen of Wands. Knight of Wands. Mar-a-Lago. They're going to try to do the Trump is wands. He took over my wand suit. Democrats are cups, Republicans are pentacles, and starting, 8-9 months ago or whenever it was, one started becoming Trump, like his own party, his own thing. So this is, people fighting. This is his family, his kids, his people fight for him. This is Mar-a-Lago, their seat of power. But meanwhile, while they're trying to do this, so we may have to listen to them for a while, there's a lot of law enforcement looking at the insurrection, looking at actually lots of things, but definitely the insurrection. So as far as making a comeback, they're going to be making noise about it because, of course, they are the fortunate ones. Well, the fortunate ones, as in they deserve to be fortunate because they are superior. And anyone who thinks I'm making fun of lisps, I'm not. It actually came from I say that because of my one of my brother-in-laws. His family immigrated here from Cuba, and he was explaining the difference, between Spanish, the way they speak Spanish in Spain and the way they do it in Mexico. And he was explaining about how the king in Mexico had a lisp, and so the people of the court started using th, and so you have the word gracias in Mexico, but it's gracias in Spain, and it has to do with that. His explanation was, they think they're superior. That's when, if you hear me say, oh, they think they're superior, that's where that comes from. They're going to make noise. That's what I'm getting. While they wonder, are there plans for Trump? Did you just say, are there plans for a Trump presidential library? Oh, yeah, here, let me back up a little bit. Okay. I don't think he'll use all of them, but yeah, that should cover it. That should, there you go. That's the Trump library. Presidential library. Yeah, that's about all you need, really. Yeah. I don't know that he'll be able to use all of them, but there you go. We are wiser to your ways. They too much of the reason, Javanka, they were Democrats. No, you can't go back to being Republican or Democrat or what. No, you're not going to get any. Democrats came to you with ideas while all these horrible things were happening and children were being hurt, and you were just like, complicit? Judgment. Judgment is upon you, and it is have several seats. Kirsten Langston, I'm about halfway through. Kirsten Langston did a fantastic deep dive. I'm a patron of hers. I've been a patron for a really long time. She did a really fantastic deep dive on the insurrection, and I'm about halfway through it. There was a reason I was telling you this. Why was I telling you this? There was something really interesting in what she was saying. It'll come to me. It'll come to me. It'll come to me. Marilyn, that was incredible. Connie Brown saw the deep dive. Connie explained the mentality of the rioters. Yes, but there was something specific. I was going to... Can't remember. Okay. Should have made a note. Oh, well. All right, moving on. 4130. Will Republicans try to impeach Kamala Harris at some point along here? Will Republicans impeach or do their darndest to impeach Kamala Harris? Does Kamala Harris have impeachment at some point in her future? Republicans. Surprise, it feels like as time goes on and Republicans are out of power, like if they don't, like they're frustrated for these couple of years, but then if they don't regain control of the House or the Senate, after that, it's just they're flailing and angry. Blah. It just rises and rises and rises. That's what it feels like. Oh, yeah, they're just. I don't think they're going to get. I think this is the insurrection. I don't think they. I don't think they're going to get back in power. Not for long enough. But let's see here. Jay saying, I haven't heard about it. What's with impeaching Kamala? Apparently, Lindsey Graham has said that as soon as the Republicans are back in control of the Senate, they're going to impeach Kamala Harris. It's like, neat trick, considering impeachment has to start in the House. You big dumb traitor. No. Their judgment, this is elections, this is going to be a problem for them. All the Trump stuff, ongoing. The legal stuff, that's what's in the middle. The legal stuff about Trump is going to affect their abilities to get into power. As the sword of truth is being used here. And that's also my card for Nancy Pelosi. It can be my card for Lindsey Graham right now. This is kind of turned into Lindsey Graham's card, but it's the sword of truth. If it is, it's between the sword of truth and law enforcement. Yeah, that could very well be Lindsey. Yeah. Good luck with that. What's the French word for traitor? Okay. Speaking of traitors, 45. Speaking of traitors, 45. I meant the timestamp, but hey, Whatever works. All right. Will the deep Russian connection in the Senate be uncovered and prosecuted? Let's see here. Will the deep Russian connection in the Senate be uncovered and prosecuted? Prosecuted. This is my election day card, so it may have more effect on whether people get back in. Yes, Mims Autumn, that just rolled off the tongue. Speaking of traitors, 45. Uncover. Well, we do have law enforcement here. Certainly Trump's links to Russia. We have the Democrats in control, especially the Biden administration, which would include Merrick Garland. Power of Democratic power against, and this it begins with Trump's alleged money laundering. It ends with Trump the bully, not alleged. He is a bully. This is looking into, this is law enforcement, and this is the Democrats with the power and staying in power long enough to allow this to happen. And the man who was able to buy people off and stay out of trouble for so long is reduced to just being the bully that he is. So there's probably, is there more information here about, because the people who are said to have those links, one of them is Graham. Go ahead, joke about me going for the flask, but my cards fell. Hold, please. There you go. Whew, okay. Everything turned upside down. It feels like everything turned upside down. Not as in reverse meaning, just everything turned upside down. Because that's end of waiting for stuff. This is Trump, the way things were done during the Trump era with the links to Russia, quiet as a tomb. I think part of the thing is that the deep connections to Russia is, what if Russia stops paying them? I mean, it's one thing to be all gung-ho about Russia when they're paying you, but what if they stop paying? What if Russia decides, you know what? You don't help me anymore. You're not helping me enough. Senators' deep links to Russia. There's some money. Oh gosh, this is Kushner. Kushner has so many nasty links overseas. Wow. And all along, I've picked up that if anybody's going to jail, it's Kushner. That's what I've been getting. Entertainment only. What do I know? Oh, they stood up for it before. But what if those payments are suspended? Are they still going to communicate Trump's message? Maybe. Are they going to be as pro-Russia? What good does it do them if they're out of power? And There's Chad there. There's hanging Chad. There's some kind of suspension here. There's a change of perspective, but it's also a suspension. And it's like, it starts with, yes, we are going to stand up and we're going to, but then there's a suspension of that. And it just communicating Trumpy kind of stuff, but not Russian stuff. Does it come out? Do they get in trouble for it? I think something might cut the money off. It might either Russian not paying or campaign finance laws actually being enforced. Kevin, what do I know? Dang near everything. Oh, thank you, Kevin. That's very kind. 10 of Cups. Happy Democratic families, but that's also seeing all of that. Oh, right beneath it. Right beneath it. Let's have a card. Oh, and Trump's behind that. But anyway, decisions. Whoops. Oh. Decisions. Being on the defensive on Trump's message. Money lowering down to just like token amounts, like they're just charity. Decisions made. And this is lowercase, this is the lowercase justice card. So this could be new finance laws are in place so people make decisions that, you know what, I'll support conservatives, but I'm not going to support Trump stuff, or not much. They may start having money trouble, but I'm not necessarily getting big court case. Do I wish I was? But we'll see. We'll see. Speaking of court cases and okay, 5230. How will all those judges that all of Trump's judges, how will all of those Trump judges affect Trump's court cases? How will Trump's judges affect his court cases? Do tell. How will Trump's judges affect his court cases? Oh, they are going to be very forceful. This is very forceful, forcefully going after crimes. This is aggressive law enforcement. Hi. I have some carrots. Would you like some carrots for your horse? I would like to support you any way I can. Oh, about the money. Oh, he thinks they're going to act for him. Of course they're going to be on his side. Okay. I think there are a few, maybe a couple, who are going to lean toward what Trump wants, taking action, but then that comes to an abrupt end. And the major arcana, biggest major arcana, and we're done here. This is the omega. If the fool is the alpha, this is the omega. It's done. Done. And it's done, and there's prosecution right there. or the end of, could be lawyers being removed, or whatever's happening here being overturned. But what this Trump shows up, he delays things, he gets the money stuff going, he gets some certain judges going his way. That's a big old no. That's a big oh no more. So in the short term, in the longer term, done. No more. Okay. Speaking of 56, and speaking of the Trumpster fires court cases, will Pence, Pencey Wency, will you be testifying at Trump's court hearings in the near future? So much coming out. So much coming out. Oh, they're going to be wrongful death suits. There's going to be all those prosecutions of rioters, plus the rioters who will be going to court on murder charges. They're having trouble finding video evidence of what happened to Officer Sicknick. They're asking for help. Man, brutal. But I picked up that they will figure out who did it, but Pencey Wency. That super calm voice that, yes, we're doing things as they should be done. Oh, please. You supported Trump. You stood in front of those cages with people inside them. You talked to children in those cages and introduced them to mother, your wife. Don't give me this. Oh, big movement, big change. I think some of these people are going to be, it's like, just move into the courthouses, because you can just go from courtroom to courtroom to courtroom to courtroom. Pence. I know this phrase is overused, but what I'm getting here is I'm getting my own feeling of, I don't care. Do you? He's going to get, in some respects, he's going to get crushed just like the others, because the Wheel of Fortune brought them up and it has brought them back down. He's been a thorn in reasonable liberal sides for a long time with his extremism. But things are not going to look good for him. He's got a moon card. He's got old hanging Chad here, the hanged man. This is not happy. These are major arcana. This is howling at the moon. This is being strung up by your heels. This is, if it's at best, if it's a change of perspective, it's one where, you've stepped in one of those traps where they like grabs your ankle and yanks you suddenly up. He's in for a rude awakening. And all I get is energy around him is, if the absolute worst of the worst happens to him, it's all, well, Jesus suffered in the, you are so vile. You are so vile. Don't tell me how religious you are. We're about to read on John Lewis. John Lewis was religious. His beliefs, no doubt. There was no hypocrisy there. You sacrifice to help others. You stand up for justice and kindness. And all right, let's have a look at John Lewis. If I am lucky enough to pick up on his energy, because he was a great man. How does John Lewis feel about the rioters disrespecting his memorial? I got this as soon as the question was asked, and what I get is he doesn't care about the memorial per se. He cares about the people. He cares about those officers who were called the N-word over and over and over and over again. He cares about the people who were hurt. He's a good man. Hello, Stacy. John Lewis. Sir, if you have, how do you feel about the riots, the rioters? When you cross over, you're not hampered by the physical body anymore, and so your pain goes away. But it's this, there's still some pain that seems to be lingering, or did linger, or I don't know what this is. Maybe it's just to help me identify him. I don't know. Temperance card. Kindness. Be kind to others. He doesn't care about his own memorial. I might be, well, we'll see what the cards say, but I might be getting a little emotional here because that's so sweet. People feeling, on a basic level, he understands people feeling marginalized, being afraid. And having been told so many awful things about what Democrats will be like when they're in power. But the only way to stand up to a tower, to the devil, these are dark. I mean, literally, they're basically the darkest cards in the deck. Nonviolence, kindness, nonviolence. Thank you, sir. Bless you. He's okay. He's okay. Bless you, sir. That was really nice. And now we've got to talk about Steve Bannon and Q. And energetically, okay, hit the basement floor. And we're going back down to read on Steve Bannon. Susan, John Lewis's best memorial would be for people to stop hating each other. On the nose. Exactly. Perfect. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. All right. How far down into the depths are we going to go now? Oh. All right. Any links between Steve Bannon and Q? Does he know anything? Does he? He wants to be relevant. He wants the power. I might have to sneeze here in a second. We'll see. Did your ears pop from going from in that energetic elevator from talking to John Lewis to now we're reading on Steve Bannon. Did your ears pop? It's quite a drop suddenly. Steve Bannon. I'm glad we read on John Lewis just in general, but also because, yeah, there's kind of still a feeling of protection from that. William Autumn, it's the smell of nasty Bannon. Yeah. Ugh. Oh, he wants to work. He wants to be a part of the revolution. It would be revolutionary if you took a shower, maybe put on some clean clothes, did something about all of that. Oh, and your moral rot, which smells worst of all. Steve Bannon. Oh, he loves it. It's the energy's kind of he's not linked, and it's not but he'd love to be part of the energy and to back in the good graces and the fight against the Democrats, because of course it's the Trump way. This is the Trump dynasty. Their way is the way to go, and making some money from being a part of this and having power, and he wants to be part of the fight. He wants to, but he doesn't. He has some connections, but not others, and he's scrambling around, trying to make connections, trying to be relevant, trying to. Didn't he get his foot back in the door with the Trumps, because he was one of those people that would actually still talk to Trump? Yeah, they're not directly linked. Okay, let's read on Feinstein. All right, bring that elevator back up. 107:30. All right, Will Feinstein, is she going to be leaving soon? Some of the older people in the Congress. I believe the original question included the word fossil. Will Democratic fossils like Feinstein be leaving soon? I believe was the original question. I would not call her a fossil. I think she's having her troubles, but I wouldn't call her a fossil. That's just me. Literally, what came into my head was, she's still there? Yeah. People who fight for Trump's message, these are the knights. These are the Trump knights. I don't know what that is. Al Grassley's a fossil. He's 87. I don't know. I'm not age bashing. Not my thing. She's having her troubles. She's having her troubles. She's going to continue having her troubles. Is she going to stay? Is she going to go? She stood up to Trump to a certain extent, not as much as we wish she had, but Senator Feinstein, are you going to go? Are you going to retire? Sandra's saying, I heard she's running again. Really? Would her seat really be, I mean, is there really a Alice saying Grassley's up for re-election in 2022? Is her seat competitive? I wouldn't have thought. I thought she was in, like, San Francisco or something. Is her seat competitive? Is there a reason why she wouldn't want to? I think she might have some health problems. Erica, Grassley needs to go take care of his pigeons. An older hobby I have. Yeah. She's at risk for being primaried. Nah, that's not it. Sorry, that doesn't feel like it. I'm sorry, Jeanette. Linda P saying Feinstein's not up for 6 years. Competitive because younger, more progressive elements are pushing her out. I'm reading on Feinstein. Is she going to be leaving soon? She might not have a choice. Trouble communicating. But these are. Yeah, this is. Generally, these are cards. These are trump cards because they're wands. But no, this is a traditional card of the messenger, and that's communication. And that's in the center, which would mean trouble. She might be about to have some health problems that I do not wish on her. Is Feinstein about to have health issues that will cause her to retire sooner rather than later? Yeah, I'm not. These cards aren't even partisan. This is the card of feeling beaten up, having been through the wars. California would be fine. Someone younger. Yeah, I wouldn't put money on 6 years. I wouldn't put money on 6 years. Yeah, well, her health is declining, I think. Anyway, 113. 113. Okay. Will recordings of Trump and Putin's calls be revealed? And has Biden heard them? Will recordings of Trump and Putin's calls be revealed? And I hope that translator made some contemporaneous notes after Trump just ripped up hers. Aronson, I won't buy into ageism. If someone is capable, has a talent, has all their faculties, then let them work if they've earned it. That applies to old and young, all ages. I agree. But let's make this 14. Will recordings of Trump and Putin's phone calls be revealed? Nine of Cups. Let's see. Ace of Cups. 3. 3 of Wands. World card. Now that Trump is a civilian, King of Wands, or now that he's out of office. 6 of Swords. Okay, well, he's out of office. This is a democratic power. This would be, if there are any, there are a number of them, but there's one in particular that's particularly bad. It's something to do with a quid pro quo kind of thing. Basically, Trump expecting to get something in, and that's the end of his presidency. He's out in the world now. These are swords. This is law enforcement. This might be having to go to court for something because of this. Is the DOJ going to bring charges against Trump? Let's ask that. Whoops. Got an unruly pen here. Is Biden's DOJ going to bring charges against Donald Trump? Joe Biden's DOJ, Department of Justice, going to bring charges as law enforcement against Donald Trump. All right. Biden's DOJ, are they going to bring charges against Donald Trump? It's a card of generosity. It's a card of charity. It's a card of getting or giving just a little bit of money. Let's see what, that's a card for the reading, but let's see what this is. The plans they had put in motion were suspended. This is them being on the defensive, trying to fight back. Trying to fight back, take action. Something about hiding the money. Something about the money. Fighting about the money. The plans that they had. It feels like Trump and Kushner are going to be they're going to be fighting back on the defensive and go very aggressive. Money. Big money. I think this is them going through the roof, angry because of the money. Interesting. I wouldn't have expected. I would have thought the DOJ would be like, but maybe it's after commissions are done or separate investigators. Is Joe Biden's Department of Justice going to bring charges against Donald J. for Genius Trump? Secrets and higher wisdom, depending on which side you're on. Legal heartache. That's where we're starting. Trump's burden, the burden of Trump's stuff. I've also in the past, this has been a card of gathering up all the paperwork and like a clerk carrying huge things of paper into a courtroom. So much paper. So much paperwork. There's America. Seeing Trump for the little bully that he is. I think Biden's DOJ may end up. I know that Biden's trying to stay above the fray, and but yeah, I think if there's enough recommended in, they finally go, all right, let's go forward. Yoki dokie. 1/20/30. Did Barr resign because he knew about the riots weeks before? Did Barr resign because he knew about the riots weeks before? Barr wanted to be with his daughter. And Trump was definitely acting more crazy, more deranged. The options were getting more and more illegal and outlandish. It wasn't just well, let's just keep some things quiet. Let's just use a little executive privilege here and a little, making things secret there. Now, this was a whole different thing. I keep getting this card. Was Barr getting any financial benefit? Legally, he was like, no, enough, no. You're gonna have to find somebody else who will fight for your lies and crazy stuff. He was very loyal. He was a Republican, but he is really crazy loyal. But legally, what Trump was talking about was just, and it had to do with even just before. It feels like it was having to do with contacting states. It had to do with until he was finally like, okay, that's it, I'm out of here. Did you know about these riots? January 6th riots? I don't think so. Did he know about the riots? He was trying to talk reason. Wasn't being listened to. Reason. It's William Barr. How much reason are we talking about here? But he's not completely stupid. Completely immoral, but he's not completely stupid. Legally being hemmed in, not liking the groups that Trump was talking with, knowing that there was going to be so much evidence left. The more Trump went off the rails, I am out of here. I don't know that it was specifically the riots. There was so much else, and I'm just it's starting to feel like a hurricane, where it's just getting, the wind's just getting higher and higher and higher and higher, and it's just like, okay, I can't stand for this anymore. I can't, and it's bad. Wanda Barr, a low standard in a high place. I love that. That was good. I like that. 1/24/30. Buttigieg. Secretary Pete. Is Pete Buttigieg going to successfully update U.S. transportation? He's going to try. I can hear him saying, "Going to try." He's a good guy. They're all politicians, but I think he's a decent guy. He can just be himself, and he's not going to do anything to mess up his life. He's just not. He's not going to take bribes. He's not going to. No. He's finally able to just. Thank you, Nia. He's finally able to just be himself and relax. And a lot of these people lying and doing these bad deals and all of this is because they already feel like they're down in the muck, and they want more. They want power and money, and he's just like, no. And I can hear his voice in my head clear as a bell. Al, still cleaning up the mess from Chow. Oh, I'm sure there's quite a bit of that. So, Buttigieg, are you going to successfully update the U.S. transportation? It's going to take a lot of money. And surprise, the Republicans left a mess. Shocking, I know. Ay, 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 ay. It's such a mess. It's such a mess. It's worse than he thought it was going to be. I mean, it's just awful. I've got him just getting in there, looking over everything, and ending up just like, you have got to be kidding me. Disappointed. Like, what disaster have they left? And it was things to give deals to cronies. It was lack of support, plans with great big holes in them, people not knowing what the heck they were doing, all for Trump doctrine. And he's just like, you, oh. That's this guy. It's just, oh, poor guy. He's going to have a lot to do just to even try to get back up, like Biden. We want them to do all these great things that are up from here, but the reality is things are so low. It takes all this struggle just to get up to an average. It's such a mess, but he's going to try, and the energy's very straightforward. He's not going to be taking kickbacks. He's going to be offered them, and he's going to be like, no, get out of my office. He doesn't want the drama. He doesn't want no, it's not worth it to him. Mm-mm. I like it. All right, 128.30. Andrew Cuomo impeached or whatnot. Wasn't he lying about the number of people dying in senior citizen homes? Oh, Susan, I agree the swamp is deep, but he's not a swamp creature. He's really not. But Andrew Cuomo. Should I make this 129? Andrew Cuomo. Not the smartest thing ever. Andrew Cuomo, are you going to be impeached? Are you going to be removed? Well, for what it's worth, he thinks of the job. The whole thing is very rough and tumble. So he expects. All right, so it wouldn't be a shock to him. Polly Wanda, you're saying, I'm sensing a future President Kamala and Vice President Pete. The first time I saw Pete Buttigieg talking, I said out loud, I said, oh, there's the Vice President. No, it's not. Where did that come from? Irma, I hope not Andrew Cuomo's just waiting for me. Irma, go get your man. Go get your man. The Democrats, he has some goodwill built up. He has some goodwill. He has some serious goodwill built up. Alexandra, me too. Oh, you looked at him and Buttigieg and we're like, that's the vice president. That's what I was getting. Yeah. Yeah, go get your man. Irma, go talk to your man. He's fine. J-Lo, why Cuomo when it was someone else who chose to hold the numbers? He's got a lot of goodwill built up. It's just Democrat. He stood up the daily things. He's going to take a public beating. The people on the right, the right-wing media and all that, of course, he's just, they love to beat on him but he stood up to the beating from Trump. He stood up to Trump. People love that. Now Trump's getting his. Republicans are kind of hurt. Card here, sitting here is Ace of Cups. Oh, right behind that institution. He's fine. I don't think he's going to be removed or. No, he's got a lot of goodwill. Now, I don't know when he's up for re-election. I don't know what's going to go on there, but as far as like being impeached or removed or no, that's not what I'm getting. For what it's worth, do check with other readers. All right, 132. Will workers' unions make a comeback under Biden? Will. Aronson, yep, a lot of us are getting VP vibes off the mayor or Secretary Pete. I'm glad other peeps saw it too. Alexander saying New York loves him. John is saying, did the right forget that Trump withheld and distorted data on a national level? I know. You don't need to remind me. Will workers' unions make a comeback? I should make this 133. Will workers' unions make a comeback under Biden? Will unions make a comeback? I keep getting flashes in my head of the 1930s. In the 30s, you had a lot of protests. There were sit-ins. People would show up from work, but they'd just sit and not work. That was the protest. Everything about the Biden administration, I get echoes, faint echoes of FDR, 1930s. The dynasty, the financial dynasties, the Reaganism, it's lost power. The truth. Yes, it'll be a struggle. It'll be a struggle, but these ideas of under Trumpism, the continued trickle down economic stuff this whole idea will be on the defensive. They'll be trying to make a lot of noise, but there's a sort of truth that some workers are really badly treated and they have to stick together. Strength and a democratic organization. Yes, there will be an increasing rise of unions. So, well, that's going to do it for me. I think I did 14 questions. So anyway, that's going to do it for me for today. If anyone would like to see me struggle to try to get this other camera working, and maybe there'll be someone who will have a good suggestion or something, you're welcome to hang out. I'm just going to actually, I should just leave. I should go and then create a new live stream and fight with it. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I'll leave. I'll let this go. But I'll go live again in a minute. But it's just camera stuff. Okay. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you to our troll slayers. You guys are fantastic. And thank you for being here. I'll be back tomorrow. I'm here every day of the week, every day of the year, weekdays, weekends, holidays, you name it. I'm here. All right. And I'll see you tomorrow. Hang in there. There are good days ahead. There are. And for those of you who want to see me completely washed out, I'll be right back.